I was 23 years old the first time I experienced sleeping as a crime in Austin. Some folks don't understand that no one chooses to be homeless. It's a false choice unless you believe that homelessness or death is a choice. I believed for many years that I was choosing to be homeless, a belief I needed in order to maintain a modicum of control in a life where I had none. With limited access to services and barriers to every next step, I had to believe that I had a choice. But there was never any choice. We have nowhere to go. We deserve safety and security and all of the things that come with our humanity. And you who would choose to criminalize us have forgotten our humanity. The politics surrounding Proposition B have once again made pawns of human beings. And some in our city have chosen to participate in our dehumanization under the guise of what's best for us. What's best for us is sleeping at night unmolested. If we as a city don't create access to beds, then the least we could do to honor someone's dignity is not throw them in jail. Did you know that when you move for criminalization, you are adding to a cycle that your tax dollars pay more to perpetuate? Did you know it actually costs less to house people than it does to jail them? When I was 23, I was homeless in Austin. I found safety in parking lots, alleyways, doorways. I saw people I love be turned away from shelter and die in the night. I starved, I was scared, but I didn't go to jail. I lived here in a time when awful things could happen to you unsheltered, but a police issue boot to the head wasn't one of them. The first time we experienced the enforcement of these ordinances was on December 26th, 2006, at midnight. For those of us living on the drag, sleeping became a crime on the night of Christmas Day. When most are warm at home with their families, we're out here trying to find moments of peace, ways to celebrate with each other. We went to bed that night cold, sleeping on top of cardboard boxes to preserve our body heat, wrapped up in sleeping bags. And this became the excuse of the police for kicking us in the head. Oh, we couldn't tell which was your feet or your head. Oops, oops, oops. The next morning, we woke to discover folks missing. Our crew, our friends, our family. We couldn't find them. We didn't know where they were. They were in jail. I lived through the reality of sleeping becoming a crime. We all did. It is unconscionable that this Keep Austin Weird community would move to criminalize humans for sleeping. It is uncomfortable for many to have to see. I get that. But it's important to note that Proposition B is not about protecting our neighbors, the real life human beings who are someone's children, someone's aunt, uncle, parent, friend. It's about creating further barriers to safety, security, and dignity. If you want to vote for humanity, you have to vote against Proposition B. If you believe that humans deserve dignity, then May 1st is your chance to use the power of your voice and your vote. Now is the time to take a stand. When Save Austin Now says they aren't against homeless folks, they're against camping, they're saying they want to see the heightened visibility of human suffering swept under the rug. We have an opportunity in this community to see the end of homelessness, not to force people back into the shadows, but to ensure that homelessness is rare, brief, and non-recurring. And it is work we have to do together. And when you drive past your kin on the side of the road and you think to yourself, I want to help, but I don't know how, you have an astounding opportunity right now to use the power of your voice to make a difference. Vote no on Prop B. It's a vote for a thriving community. It's a vote for dignity. It's a vote for humanity.